So it's not like Gone Girl where there's like a massive twist. What are you looking at?
That dead cricket just now started moving. It hasn't been moving at all, and it just now started moving.
You were just like, I was like, what is happening?
It's a fucking zombie cricket.
You look terrified.
I am terrified. Why are you moving? You're dead.
It could just be like muscle.
It's a zombie cricket.
Do you want me to get it?
No. Just. Okay, we're good. Hey, it's Megan.
And Sue,
The Spine Breakers.
Your voice is still a little...
It's a little off.
Yeah.
And it
Megan's
tends...
been sick.
I have not had a voice, normal voice, since a week ago. And I didn't have a voice at all until a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So there were several days where I was completely voiceless. And now I'm just squeaky.
Squeaky.
So I'll take it.
But we're doing our October wrap-up today. Megan's eating a breadstick.
I'm hungry.
And we're going to drink some Hopzeit?
Hopzeit Autumn IPA?
Autumn IPA from Deschutes Brewing.
Which, Deschutes, in my eyes, can do no wrong.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see. It says it sounded interesting. I've never heard of like an autumn IPA. But it says it is, they added herbal fruit and spice notes. So, let's
cheers.
see. I think it's pretty good.
I like that.
Yeah.
Going back for
I was
drinks.
going to say it's not very hoppy, but you kind of get the hops at the end.
On the
At
back
very
end.
Okay, so I read 5 books this month. I really fell off hard there at the end. Because after Spookathon, which ended on like the 21st of October, I think, I have not finished a book since then. And it is now November, what, 5th, 6th? 4th. So I have not finished a book since Spookathon.
I did not read any books in October because I am getting divorced. So my life is not conducive, or has not been conducive to reading. It has been crazy. But things are settled. And I think that November's going to,
Looking up.
It's looking up. It's looking up.
So this is going to be a lot of me talking, but Megan's read a couple of these books, so
I'll chime
you
in.
can chime in.
You guys can watch me eat my breadstick.
Yeah. So first, I read Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers, and this is the 3rd book in the Wayfarer series, I think it's called. And this one follows several humans, they're all humans, who are living on this fleet. And just, it's very character-driven, much like her other 2 books were more character-driven too, I think. The second one was maybe a little bit more plot than the other 2, but...
And I liked the second one the least of the 3.
Yeah, I think I did too, although I still really liked the second one too, but I really liked this one a lot. I've just been having a hard time at the end of the month here lately. Like, it happened last month too, where I just kind of like fell off and was in kind of a slump at the end of the month, and that happened like in the middle of this book. And if it hadn't been for that, I think I maybe would have given this 5 stars, but I ended up giving it 4 because I just really, there for a while, was struggling with it.
That's fair.
But I don't think it was the book's fault. I think it was my fault. But yeah, it just follows them living their lives basically on this big spaceship that they live on, and that's pretty much it.
Pretty much. It's really good though.
Yeah, but I really liked it. I really liked all the characters.
Becky Chambers has a good thing going. Like, I will keep reading these as long as she keeps putting them out.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that maybe she'll do another one following up on the characters from the first book.
I think that'd be great. I would like an origin story for each of the characters in the first book.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I would read the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Becky Chambers. Hook it up.
Hook it up.
Let's do it.
The next book that I read was The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, which has been everywhere on BookTube, so I'm sure you guys all know about it. But it is about a teenage girl who is the only witness to her friend, who is an unarmed teenage black boy, being shot and killed by a police officer. And it's about everything that happens in her life and in her community after that. It was really good. I think it definitely lived up to the hype. Like, I think it's one of those books that everyone should read because it's unfortunately really relevant. And if you're someone who's on the outside of that, like myself, being a white woman, I think it's really important to read that and other books like that to really help you understand, like help you better understand what the issue is.
Yeah.
Because there definitely is one.
Definitely.
Whether people want to admit it or not.
There really is.
But I think Angie Thomas also did a really good job of kind of showing both sides of it, because there's a character in the book, the main character Star's uncle is actually a police officer. And so I don't think she's like villainizing police officers in it, because you also have her uncle who is a good man and, you know, trying to do his best, basically.
Right.
And he's kind of caught in an awkward situation because he's kind of in the middle of it there, being like a black man who's someone he loves was, you know, affected by this, and then also being a police officer. But yeah, so I think she did a really good job of showing like all sides of the issue. My only complaint with it is that I kind of felt like she would try to do too much. Like there was just a lot in there. And I mean, all of it I think was realistic for someone in Star's situation, but it was just a lot to take in at once, I would say. So I ended up giving it 4 stars, but it was really great.
Didn't they just come out with like a Netflix show?
It's a movie.
Okay.
No, like a regular, not Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, but the movie just came out, I want to say a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And then the next 3 books I finished were all for Spookathon. The first one was The Devil on the Road by Robert Westall, which is about this man. He like comes across this spooky barn, basically, and ends up staying there because of weird circumstances, kind of. And then it turns out he can like time travel, like back, and he meets this woman who's a witch, maybe. It's really weird to explain. I actually ended up liking it a lot more than I expected to, especially like the first half of it or so was a little boring. Maybe not boring, but just not what I thought it was going to be. And I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this. But it picked up a lot at the end, and I actually ended up really enjoying it, and I gave it 4 stars. So it was a cool, and it was like also spookier than I was expecting. So
that's cool.
It was a good spookathon read.
Spookathon.
And I bought it at a thrift or at a used bookstore just because I thought it looked kind
the
of
cover's
silly.
pretty bitchin'. Yeah.
But I also thought the description sounded like something I would like because I love time travel stuff. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, it was pretty good.
Really excited to hear you talk about the next thing that you read, because I really liked it and I'm looking forward to hearing what you thought of it.
The next thing I read was Regression, Volume 1, Way Down Deep, by Cullen Bunn, Danny Luckert, and Marie Enger, which is a graphic novel about this man who's having these weird visions, kind of, or hallucinations, and so his friend suggests that he does regression therapy to help him figure out what's going on. And he does, and things go badly.
Shit goes awry, man. Shit goes awry.
Yeah. But I really liked it. I thought it was compelling. I liked the art a lot. It's real gruesome and disgusting sometimes, but well done. And yeah, I want to pick up the next volume. So
nice. The next volume is really cool. I think you're going to like it. I have it if you want to borrow it.
I might just buy it since I already own this one. But yeah, the art is really, really good. I was trying to find like a good... Here's a pretty gross page. Should I show that?
Yeah, fuck it.
Trigger warning if you hate like bugs and...
In your orifices.
In your orifices. But here's the pretty gross part with like a lady with maggots coming out of her face.
Eye boxes.
It's got flies all over him, so...
It's pretty yucky.
It's pretty yucky.
If you're into that sort of thing.
It's icky.
It's icky.
Okay, and then the last book I read was Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, or Gillian Flynn. Who decided that it was Gillian?
I don't know.
Everyone says Gillian.
And who names, like... I'm going to get excited about this, so I'm going to get a little squeaky. Who names a kid Gillian?
Well, I mean, anybody else would pronounce that Jillian.
Right, but if her name is actually Gillian, what? Why?
Well, sometimes there are authors that are like universally mispronounced on BookTube because it's just like somebody decided it was pronounced this way and then everyone believed them. Because like for the longest time, people called Sarah J. Maas Sarah J. Moss.
Oh.
And it wasn't until like one of the bigger booktubers interviewed her
that everyone was like, "Hey y'all, my name is Mass."
Oh fuck, it's Sarah J. Maas, not Moss. And there was another one too that everyone mispronounced. Oh well, I'm not sure about this one. But everyone talks about Tamora Pierce. Is it not Tamra? Is that name not Tamra Pierce? Am I crazy?
Am I crazy?
Like, I've never heard that name pronounced Tamora.
Tamora. Which, I mean, if it is, that's fine. But for some reason, Gillian just pisses me off. Why?
Yeah, it could be Jillian and everyone's just been saying it wrong. I don't know. Anyway.
I had to contribute something to the conversation, so that's what I contributed, all right?
Here's what
My breadstick's gone.
Here's what I contribute. First of all, there's a embossed thing that says from the library of John C. Terry in here.
Oh.
And I think that is really cool. Like, where do I get one of like
I want
an
one.
embossed thing? But also, John C. Terry, are you the one who taped this dust jacket
Fuck
down?
you if you are.
Because what the fuck, John? Anyway, this book is about a woman who is a journalist working in Chicago, but she gets an assignment to go back to her hometown, which is in the boot heel of Missouri, to investigate these child murders that are happening. And you find out that her past and her family is like super fucked up. And it was really good. I enjoyed it. I don't want to say too much about it because, you know,
is that the one where she sleeps with all the lights on?
No.
That's Dark Places.
Yeah, I think you've read Dark Places,
yeah.
not Sharp Objects.
I always think I've read Sharp Objects, but I've come to learn I haven't.
Yeah, I think you've read Dark Places.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I kind of binge read it, most of it. I read a little bit of it, and then one day I just like binge read the whole rest of it that I had left. So I really enjoyed that, but then for some reason I got into a huge reading slump. Well, I've been reading like just porn on the internet, basically. That's what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks, is just
reading porn.
So
I have been working my way through the second book in the I think it's like the Newsflesh series or something. It's by Mira Grant, and it's a zombie trilogy. So I've been reading that when I have time and when things are not completely batshit crazy. Mm-hmm. It's really good so far. And other than that, you know, I've been reading shampoo bottles and my mail.
Yeah.
Cereal boxes.
Yeah.
Street signs.
Street signs.
4 to 5 stars.
I started reading The Day of the Triffids by John Wyndham, but I don't know. It's kind of the same as like last month, where it's like it's not that the book I'm reading is bad, it's just that I don't feel like reading it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's been slow going with it. And it's a very short book, and I'm not even quite halfway through it yet. And I've been trying to read it for like 2 weeks. But I've just been reading porny fan fiction on the internet. And you know what? Sometimes you just gotta read some porny fan fiction.
Sometimes you gotta read some porny fan fiction, man. Yeah, I went with the zombie novel because, like, that's my guilty pleasure book. You know, I love zombie novels. So I was like, well, maybe to break my slump, I'll, dive into this.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have been really enjoying reading it, but I just haven't had like motivation or anything to really read. So, but I'm going to be traveling for work this week, and I'm going to be flying to Michigan for Thanksgiving, so I'll have lots of time. I read a lot when I travel, because like if I spend time in airports or like on the plane, or like if, when I travel for work, I'm in a hotel room, and the places I go are not really like booming metropolises. So there's not a whole lot of, nightlife or anything. So yeah, I'll probably do a lot of reading in my hotel room. Yeah.
So, that was our October wrap up.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get nearly as much of like the spooky books I wanted to read. In fact, like, I don't know, I think this one was on my October TBR that we did, and I think that's the only one that I read.
Really?
From our October TBR. I think so. I think it was, this might not have even been on though.
Yeah,
I can't remember now.
October TBR that I read? Fucking none. Fucking none.
Yeah, we really fucked that up.
We done goofed is what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let us know how your October reading went. Did you do better than us?
Hopefully you did.
Probably most of you did.
And if you didn't, then
it's okay.
Fuck it. Let's kick it hard in November.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's read some shit.
Do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So this beer is pretty good, I think.
I like it.
It does have a pretty bitter aftertaste, but I mean it's an IPA.
It's an IPA, so that's to be expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good though.
And I was just drinking this, which is really sweet, so maybe that's why the bitterness is more. Which this is really disappointing. Don't bother buying it.
Don't
I thought
waste
it would
your time.
taste like a butter beer or something, and it just tastes like a caramel frappuccino. It doesn't taste special at all. Anyway, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.